How can we all be rich from AI? Okay. Because of AI. He should have said that from the stage. You will all lose your jobs because of AI.
Yeah.
So it goes to the motivation, not the lack of willingness to work hard, but it's the lack of like the right motivation. Hey guys, has the economy changed? Has AI changed the rules of business? Can you have your cake and eat it too? Or were you guys going to do the intro?
Oh, you did it.
Does success come before work, except in the dictionary? Something like that? Okay, because of AI? AI is in the dictionary too. Okay, go ahead. Maybe it is. Is AI in the dictionary now? Go ahead, Honor. What is our debate today?
Okay, Millionaires settled this online debate. On YouTube, Scott Galloway says you can't be wealthy and have a balanced life. He was on Money Wise with Sam Parr, and he said you can have both wealth or you can have a normal life, but you can't have both. Worth over $100 million, Galloway said, I have a lot of balance right now because I've had very little in my 20s and 30s. Galloway says you can have it all, but you can't have it all at once. Simon Squibb says AI will change this. You can start an AI business with no employees and make it money without you in it. Is Simon Squibb correct? Has AI rewritten the rules of business so that you can now get from zero to rich while having a balanced life?
All right. AI is going to make us all rich. He actually, there's an auditorium full of people listening to, who is our Canadian buddy that we like? The musclehead guy? He's Canadian too. He's not Canadian. He is Persian, American. Some other guy. He's a big musclehead guy. I thought his name was Matt somebody. But anyway, he has an audience full of people. He says, you'll all be rich from AI. How can we all be rich from AI? Okay, so what do you think? Oh, hold on. I have lots of opinions here. I need a microphone on Mr. Ryan here.
Thank you, Honor.
Thank you so much. All right, so what do you think? If you have some, I suppose you still need an idea, or AI can give you the idea, can tell you how to execute on it, can build out the entire business, find you customers, and all you can do is sit up with your feet up, sipping Coke Zeros at the beach in the Bahamas, which the ticket you booked on AI. You didn't even have to book the ticket, right? And the cabana you rented, the AI took care of that. Is that real?
It doesn't sound so real to me, to be honest. I don't know. I feel like if you're trying to use AI just to skip past everything, I don't feel like that's going to work, because I feel like you need to actually put time in yourself and not just let some AI have their own ideas that might not align with yours. And then also when you said, or I guess when they were reading the question, it was like, AI is going to make us all rich. That doesn't sound possible that AI is going to make us all rich, because if we have AI, a lot of people right now are actually fearing that they're going to lose their jobs because AI is taking like control over a lot of jobs, that they're not needing humans to run it anymore.
Yes.
So that doesn't sound accurate to me either.
So we are all going to lose our jobs because of AI. He should have said that from the stage. You will all lose your jobs because of AI.
Yeah, maybe not that drastic, but I think it definitely could be a thing.
Okay.
A lot of jobs are going away.
This is an old story, you know. There's a guy named Martin Van Buren, became our president, I think the 8th president, and he was governor of New York before that, I think. I could be shady on the details, but they were digging the Erie Canal, and no, they had an Erie Canal already, and he wrote trying to get Congress to pass a law against railroads, because he said railroads were going to ruin the business for the buggy makers and the people who made the ropes that carried barges up and down the Erie Canal. That's what it was. And so he was worried that this newfangled railroad was going to cause people who made leather straps for buggies to lose work. And he feared that there would be mass unemployment among that class. He lost. They did build the railroads, and for its season, that was the internet. Right. That was like the big thing at the time. Overall, a win or a loss, I don't know. I don't have a buggy making business, so I didn't have anything to lose, or I was not a bargeman on the Erie Canal. You had a frame about this before. Okay, so like, does AI make businesses easier to start? Maybe, but if you start a business, and you're going to articulate better than me. If you start a business to start a business, or to get rich, let's say, you're probably not going to be rich. So it goes to the motivation, not the lack of willingness to work hard, but it's the lack of like the right motivation. Like to start a business, what are you trying to do? Right? Like, is it a problem you want to solve, or is it you're just trying to find a way to pay for a boat? You know what I mean? Brian,
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, no,
I was going to, well,
yeah, go ahead.
I was just going to say, I think you can't lose sight of the question of what's your why.
That's a good way to put it.
And I mean, I'll use this as an example. The airplane has allowed us to get from point A to point B much quicker than walking.
Yes.
And while walking may be hard work, and you may have a sense of accomplishment, none of us are going to choose to walk if we can take an airplane.
Yeah.
That being said, you have to have a why to get on an airplane. none of us just buy a ticket and fly to a city for the sake of flying to that city.
Right.
Yeah.
So I think, again, what's your why, right? Will AI help you get there quicker? Maybe.
Yeah.
But again, it doesn't replace why you're doing what you're doing. And ultimately what you're, if your end goal is you want to make a lot of money, which, listen, there's a lot of people in business where they're in their careers because they saw that they could make a lot of money. But
Yeah.
within that, there still has to be a why. And I think that's what gets you up every day. Otherwise, I think people lose heart, they lose sight of what it is they're ultimately trying to do. So that's what I would say.
You know, it's interesting because I do think there are guys who are in industries that don't naturally fit them, but they love it because they can make money at it and they're there for the money.
Sure.
And Peter Thiel says, when people go to him and say, hey, I want to be an entrepreneur, what kind of business should I start? He looks at them like they've got 3 heads because he's like, what are you talking about? You literally are going to try to start a business and make money? Businesses are started to solve problems. They're not there to make you money. And you can get rich. Certainly I have, he's saying. But it's because I had a passion about a problem and I made money solving it, not because, oh, how can I get to be a millionaire? It's just that just never works. But it does work in business, doesn't it? Because if you got into the insurance business and you were like a hard charger and all you wanted to do was make sure you had lots of money for your family, probably not a bad option.
Right.
Right? As long as you're willing to work hard and you've got skills and you can take rejection and
Sure. Yeah.
make the phone calls.
There's no ceiling. It's the sky's the limit, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So, and a lot of people get into my industry because of that.
Yeah.
But within that, I think, again, I come back to at some point, you still have to be centered around a purpose.
Yeah.
So for me, the insurance industry kind of fit my skill set.
Yeah.
I'm a people person. I like to solve problems.
Okay.
I'm a pleaser. I'm a firstborn. And so I want to do right. I want to do what's right by my client. That's what kind of drives me.
Okay.
I don't want to do right by what, but I don't do what's right by me, which would be just make as much money as I can.
Okay.
I feel like the money will take care of itself if I take care of my clients.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so that's my why, right? Do I want to make a lot of money? Sure. I mean, it's nice to have freedom and have nice things, but that's not what drives me when I get up in the morning.
Yeah, yeah. I do think, gosh, okay, so this guy, I guess I'm not sure, even before AI, there were tons of people online saying, get rich without working. And it's all, CNBC promotes this heavily with this idea of a side hustle, where you can have your day job and you can be making hundreds of thousands of dollars, 6 hours a week. And they will have anecdotes. They'll have actual examples of people who are successful doing this, right? And they'll have an online course and it just makes money while they sleep. And it's so misleading because the vast majority of business owners that we know who are very successful literally have whole decades of their life they can barely remember because they spent so much time working. And like the guy yesterday, we sat down with a very successful guy who's in HVAC, commercial HVAC, 7-figure, well, let me try to think, I'm doing the math wrong, 8 figures. He's over $10 million in sales. And the guy does a lot of fishing. We went to the back of his lot and it looks like a boat dealership, right? He's got like an airboat and he's got a pontoon boat and he talks about his 39-foot fishing, whatever it is. And then he's got a what on order? I don't know what, some kind of new boat on order. And it's like, he does a lot of fishing and his office is eat up with fish that have been, what do you call it, taxidermied or whatever?
Yeah.
And we're like, well, you got a pretty good life. He says, yeah, I'm out by 3:30. And we're like, is that how it started? He says, man, the first 10 years, 7 days a week, every phone call, middle of the night, out on every job.
Yeah.
Like he grinded so hard and he was just trying to survive. You know what I mean? It wasn't even like he was making a lot of money. He was just trying to keep the dream alive. And he worked so hard. And then he got his systems in place and he's got his people doing what they're supposed to be doing. And yeah, it's easy now. But what we see is young people coming into it saying, I want what he has now. And I want to skip that step in the middle. And
Skip the 20 years.
yeah.
So I would disagree with the premise that AI will allow you to do that.
Yeah.
Right.
I think that's a false statement. And anybody that buys that, I think, will fail.
Yeah. But I think it's a repackaging of an old false promise that somehow you can be successful without the right motivation, which is passion around a problem, right? Like this is the way the world is. It shouldn't be this way. I'm going to solve that. And the right motivation, just like, well, that's the motivation. The second one is that willingness to work. And you can go into a business and you're just like a little bit passionate about the problem, but the more you get into it, the more you get addicted to the problem. And then you're like, you work so hard, you can't even believe that you're willing to pay that price. That guy NVIDIA, they said if he had to do over again, he's a whatever, who knows, rich guy, Jensen Wang or whatever.
Yeah.
They say, if you had to do over, what would you change? He says, I would have gotten a corporate job. I would have never started a business. I would never do this again.
Yeah.
Really?
Because it was so painful the whole time and thinking the whole time I was going to fail for years and years and years, thinking this was a thing of failure. And he had to work so hard to get where he's at. He says the rewards would absolutely are not worth the price I paid to get here. And it's not bad. You look back as an entrepreneur at all the times that you thought, wow, what's my wife going to say when she finds out that I've lost all of our money? Or what are my friends going to say when they say, oh, look at him. He's not who who you thought he was. Look, he's not so successful after all. And you have to realize, you just have to live through that. And then all the tremendously long hours. And And this, again, I think it's a new packaging of an old lie that you can be successful in business without working hard. Because it's possible, isn't it? Like
Right.
AI will do it for you.
Right.
Use AI idea, AI will do the work, AI agents. You just kick your feet up and watch the money roll in. And just sign up for my course and I'll teach you how to do it.
Right.
Right. And it's an old lie. So anyway, young people, are you going to be internet? You should by now. Internet should have been able to, not internet, AI should have been able to make you millions of dollars, even as we've been walking. Anyone here raking in the money? Do you need to check
I
your
might have
phone?
to check. Yeah, I don't have it right now, but
Okay.
I
Got it.
sure hope so.
I do think it's a great tool. There's no question AI is going to be like a railroad or like the internet. It's going to make everybody better off, although a lot of people are going to suffer in the short term. Hopefully not us in the,
That's right.
yes, AI can give you legal advice, but it's not good legal advice, and it can't be a lawyer. So, and it really can't, legally, you can't say AI can give you legal advice, right?
Right.
You can just, you can research stuff.
Yeah.
So, all right, what do you think, guys? Is the economy, by the way, can we talk about Scott Galloway?
Sure.
Scott Galloway has got a lot of really good wisdom.
Yeah.
And almost every single thing Scott Galloway says is unbelievably spot on. He wrote a book
Yeah.
called The Algebra of Happiness, I think, or The Algebra of Success. He wrote 2 books, and I think those are the 2 of them. And almost everything is really amazing. But the reason I think that the corporate sponsors pay tons of money to have him come and speak is because he's really telling 2 things. One is he's teaching young people that they should use marijuana, which is a strange message to add in. And then he's an atheist, and he throws that into everything he
does.
talks about. So really what he's doing is he's got this truth,
Yeah.
truth, 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 very well spoken,
Yeah.
followed by a lie and a lie.
Yeah.
And that's the best kind of lie, isn't it? The one that's got a little truth mixed into it.
Yeah.
And I think it's just, he's really trying to sell something to young people that young people shouldn't be buying.
Yeah.
If they could just watch all of his videos for the first 15 minutes and leave the last 5 minutes off, I think they would get a lot of wisdom out of Scott Galloway.
Yeah.
As for Squibb, good luck. I think you know what you got. All right, tell us what you think about AI. Will it change the rules of starting a business without hard work? And we love your comments. We will reply to all of them. And thanks for watching.